Welcome back, ghouls and goblins. I hope you're all having a magical day, and thank you so much for taking the time to support the channel. Hello, Good Game here. Pleased to be your host within this Magic the Gathering Arena Deck Guide video, in which we will be breaking down my latest masterpiece, Gruul Overdrive. This is a red and green aggro deck that is built around Redshift, as well as the Boommobile. We'll break down the deck list in depth, discuss the strategies as well as synergies, again, demonstrating this afterwards within our ranked gameplay footage for you all, providing you with a deeper understanding of how to now pilot this deck effectively. Finally, we're going to conclude with our channel news and deck review. So if you want to help out, leave a like, drop a comment, subscribe to the channel, and join the community Discord. But most importantly, kick back, relax, and yeah, let's take a look at the deck. So here we are with Redshift, our core card of the deck. It is a 2/3 with Vigilance that can tap to add X mana of any one color where X is equal to its power. And we can spend this mana only to activate abilities. We also have Exhaust for 12, allowing us to put any number of permanent cards from our hand into the battlefield, which is pretty cool. You know, that's definitely not bad. You can just throw everything in play. But here we're just looking to generate a ton of mana. And first and foremost, before we get to the Boommobile, we can toss that mana into our class enchantments, which is really cool. So for 2 mana, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. That goes to Redshift. That's obviously going to power his ability, which is nice. And then we can level it up. Creatures with counters get Ward 1. And then again, if you would put +1 counters on, or counters of any type on a permanent, put twice that many instead, which is really, really good for us, again, because we want to accumulate as many +1 counters on Redshift as possible. So the fact that these two work so nicely together is just fantastic, right? And then the Boommobile is beside that. For 4 mana as a 5/5, when it enters the battlefield, add 4 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to activate abilities. So again, that can go into the talent if you need, but we want to just throw it into its own ability. Exhausts for 3+X, dealing X damage to any target, and you'll put a +1 counter on this vehicle as well, which is pretty decent as well, right? So it's crew 2 to attack for a 5/5, but again, we just want to probably win the game when it enters, right? So you'll attack with the Vigilance of Redshift, and then you can play the Boommobile, tap Redshift, generate a bunch of mana, and then exhaust the Boommobile, right? That's going to be our play line here. Aside from that, you know, we do just want to accumulate +1 counters in the deck. The best way to do so, one of my favorites, is Halana and Alena Partners, because she'll actually chain her +1 counters as a 4 mana 2/3 with First Strike and Reach. At the beginning of combat on your turn, put X +1/+1 counters on another creature you control, where X is Halana and Alena's power, and that creature will gain haste until the end of turn, right? So every counter we put on Halana, she will in turn put somewhere else. So now we're getting double value on some of our +1 counters, which is really quite nice. Thunderous Velocipede is a 5/5 trample crew 3 vehicle, and each other vehicle and creature you control enters with an additional +1 counter on it if its mana value is 4 or less. Otherwise, 3 +1 counters on it, but we're 4 or less throughout the deck, so that's no problem here for us. We'll also, on the front end, use things like the Beastcaller for 2, a 2/2. When you cast a creature spell, put a +1 counter on this creature. When this creature dies, distribute those counters among any number of creatures we control, which is pretty decent because that can potentially double up if we have a leveled up talent, which is decent. And then we like to play that with the Thrillseeker. It's a 1/1 for 3 with backup 2. When it enters, put 2 +1 counters on a creature and give it the ability until end of turn. The counters remain. Pay 1, sacrifice this creature. It deals damage equal to its power to any target, right? So we're going to power up the Beastcaller. You know, it's like a 10/10 with 8 counters on it. Then we sacrifice it, deal damage, distribute those counters, maybe to the Thrillseeker to sacrifice right after to deal more damage. Maybe it goes to the hero for its death ability. But just like we mentioned at the start of this deck tech, it's the Redshift that we want to go with. It's Halana and Alena that we want to go with primarily, right? And then she can pass them elsewhere. Aside from that, like I mentioned, the Heartfire Hero here does belong on that front end alongside the Pawpatch Recruit for 1 as a 2/1 with Offspring 2 and Trample. If you do pay the Offspring, you can have a token copy of itself entered. That's a 1/1, which is nice because of the ability. Whenever a creature you control becomes a target of a spell or an ability an opponent controls, you're going to put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control other than the targeted creature. And again, this is a really nice way to push those counters throughout our deck, right? Some removal in the build through Burst Lightning, instant speed for 1, dealing 2 damage to any target. Of course, you can burn your opponent down as well if you're a little shy on your damage. If you kick it for an additional 4/5 total, you'll deal 4 damage instead. And 2 copies of Tyvar Stand for defensive posture. For 1/X at instant speed, target creature you control gets +X/+X and gains hexproof as well as indestructible until the end of turn. Keep in mind that you can use this ahead of time if you want on maybe Halana to power her up, to power something else up even more, potentially if it's going to give you lethal. We've got the passages here, we've got the Verge and the Gorge just for consistency's sake, and a single Ridgeline for an additional attacker if you happen to need. So that's the deck list. I hope you do enjoy. I've been having a ton of fun with it. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, become a YouTube member, join the community Discord, but most importantly, kick back, relax, and enjoy. Let's play some Magic deck. Not so much poor pillar. Let's attack. Yeah, I'm thinking there's a cut down. Because of this, I'm just going to play Beastcaller. I don't want to throw the Rocketeer into removal. It's the only one in hand. It's, again, a core piece of our deck that we're looking to showcase. If it was a green land played, then yeah, we slam it, you know? A blue land, slam it. But the black indicates removal. You just can't do it. Let's slam another, looking for a counterspell here. Also, additional removal on the caller before it pushes up and as the other enters so it can pass its counter to it. So just kind of baiting removal, you know, doing the 1-for-1 dance. It lands. As does the second caller. Interesting. The downer. Tap it with a stun counter. Interesting. So this is a flash deck. So definitely counter spells, a lot of instant speed removal. And flash creatures, right? Probably with flying. There's like new cards that are... Shouldn't we? Let him have it. That'd be sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Third land, which I do appreciate. Hero out. Callers up. Still looking for that counterspell. Let's talent. This is free combat. There's a counterspell. Okay. Hit for 3. Down to 15. We have a good board state. 2 Beast Callers, dodge, cut down, so they need, you know, like go for the throat or bitter triumph, some hard removal. Which, you know, they're still going to have, so. More of a draw engine being the problem, I suppose, at this point, if I had to really dial in. You know, we go 1-for-1, that's fine. It's when they start emulating that, which I don't appreciate. I don't think that's bad to take. Send it up. Land out. There's a good chance this is eaten by a counterspell, but 2 Beast Callers going up with the cast. And now that's what's really cool about the Caller too, is it's whenever you cast a creature, so even if they do counter the Rocketeer, the Beastcaller still gain that value from it being cast. It doesn't necessarily have to enter, which many, you know, when another creature enters the battlefield, right? So it's a little bit extra. Okay, I mean, it's not great. We still get it though. Up to 9. Counters go. Redshift. That's going to help us dodge cutdowns. 4 in hand. They do have that draw engine that I mentioned. So that's, you know, the thing that'll pull them ahead in this match if we can't close out. River's a land. Sanctuary's a land. Sorry, not river, but shores, right? No, river. No, neither. Just the Sanctuary. This is on 5. We can't do that. Well, we could, but we'd be tapping this, which I wouldn't want to do. Let's swing in for 9. Potentially lethal. All right. Try to save this lightning. Multiple creatures out. That means they have to have a field wipe, right? Or multiple single target removal spells, which again is the crux of the match here, in which we're trying to empty their hand, right? Get all that single target out, still have some value, and make sure they don't get any draws. Good game. On the draw, keeping 7 land looks good. You know, on 1 and on 3. Maybe removal on 2. Ooh. Cancel that order. Oh, I forgot to play. I'm funny. It's okay, though. Not artifact removal. Okay, let's triple drop. Counter, okay. 4, 5. Oh, really? Oh, really? Maybe that's better as Tyvar stand. Still get our 5 through. Smile a lamb through. I think we got lethal, don't we? Nice! Quick sacrifices. Get the game. Going first, I like the hand quite a bit. Almost everything we want except for the land to get there. Looking for a case. Or, it's a talent, sorry. Just attack. Take your damage while you can get it. They're going to have lifelink eventually, so we have to go very quick. These games are all the same. We need that card back. Looking for our 4th land still. Ace is not great. No attack here. Yeah, I mean, that's fantastic for me. Thank you very much. You have no idea! 4th land, I'm going to London. Be a red source, I guess. Alena. Pushing up the Rocketeer. Innkeeper pushes up Halana, so it kind of chains in. Going for 5. And sink it. Thank you very much. That's pretty cool, eh? And now, if we can get this Boomkin to fire, you'll see the full extent of this deck's glory. Zicat Collector. Food token. Life gain. Make a kitty. More life gain. No attack. Go to London. I really want to do this after. Let's swing. Boommobile in, which gives us 1 mana, 2 mana, and then 15 to 17? Oh, big bada boom. That's pretty cool. I hit someone earlier for like 45 damage on it. It was absolutely insane. So I just love that the Rocketeer can cycle through the talents, which doubles the token, or the +1 counter output, sorry, which is good for itself, and then you put Boommobile on top of that in its game. On the draw, I like the hand a little slow, but we'll get there. I like Velocipede into Halana. Don't like when people ramp, though. That's upsetting. You're only allowed 1 land a turn! You know? Ooh. They continue on their land conquest. Guard. Two. The boom boom. Trample and haste. Hello. Big bada boom. Another land, 2 for 6.
Dang, bro.
Red source here. Over 5. Vigilance to defend. Is not enough, but good. Okay, that's crazy. They're making 3/4/4s this turn. Okay. I'll allow it. Cool, Kratos. You're about the most original person I've seen all day, so I appreciate that. Even though I'm getting clowned. I mean, when don't I get clowned, right? I can mix another. And these get haste? Dude. We need more of this. Oh, but remember, they get trample haste. An 8 on the turn. With another 4/4 out. I'm dead, dude. That's crazy. Two blockers, 13 life. That's pretty good. Sorry. Listen to my song. I forgot I was recording. Maya. Dealing all of the damage. What are we listening to? It's not good. Shit just got real. It did, though. It did. What you got, Willis? All right. We get one here. A bunch here. And then we run it back. Even have a little extra, because we could have activated that with this and had 1 mana here, but it's good enough. I love their deck, by the way. That was so cool. I thought we were donezo. Keeping 7, loving the hand. In on 1 with a hero. Beast color on 2, Redshift on 3, just because we don't have anything to use with it yet. Hit for 1. Might be a kicked lightning for 4 damage. Shut the collar. Try to bait them. Okay, they don't have it. Leave it. I was expecting a block with a power up. Or block with damage for the first strike combo, you know? Red goblins? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you're gonna have to kill that. That's a good card. It has to attack though. So not that bad. Oh, it's 5. We can't do it. Let's swing in. We still have Burst Lightning for 2. If they double block or something, right? They're tapped, so I just don't see it, but... Alright. Balance is pushed up. We're not losing this turn, I don't think. 4th land and a Krinko still not lethal. Backswing for 9. And then this would make 11. 13. Math is so hard sometimes. The worst brain fart. Okay, we're good to go. For 1. 15. Max speed up. Let's just rely on our vigilance, I think. Burst Lightning saved for a Krinko, because there's 2 heavies out. That exhaust creature that makes dragons would be pretty decent here. Useling, I don't care. That's okay. It's really, I think, just Krinko. Maybe this Horde Master could go. That's a good card, you know? Oh, the 3 are coming in regardless. Haste on everything. Oh, the second one doesn't have to... it loses it. Okay. Have this die and just kill that. save our Burst Lightning. Oh, does that just do it to them? Dang it, I thought we got to pick our target. Do I just have to save this for a Krenko? Won't be able to kill it with the Horde Master out. I had to kill it. I can't give them card advantage. I just can't do it. Okay, we're actually in danger here. Oh, they got a Krenko. There's a land. Here's Krenko. They have haste. Good game. Was that there just off that last draw? Should have saved it. Dead chat. Should have saved it. Lord is gone at least. But this is like 7, 8 tokens. Plus the 3 OG attackers. Which they might not send in. Diffusing they probably will. I need trap big time. This thing's gonna be massive. For 5 to 13. Ouch. That's what Yugi should have said in his battles instead of like the huge drama of like, you know, like they actually got stabbed or something. Just be, ouch. Just nonchalant, right? Big money, no whammies. Boomkin. Not enough without trample on the Rocketeer here. Land off the top seals our grave. Sure. We're taking 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Plus all those. Good game. Gruul Overdrive, surprising me with how resilient it remains. And that's actually, you know, if as long as you don't get wrapped up losing against the best decks in the game, there are still a lot of creative builds. And we've seen a few of them here today. Shoutouts to my opponents. There's so many cards in the current pool. You can build anything, and it's like it works if you're playing another original deck. So it might work against the meta deck if they slip up, but it is what it is. So I really like this deck. This was one of the first builds that we showcased in early access when we had that a couple months ago now. We have the next one coming up in maybe about a month's time here, so that's super exciting as well. Stay tuned for more details on that. But, you know, it still works, and I think that we could fine-tune it a little bit. Throw out the removal protection, maybe some more removal. Like, I'm worried that the 4 recruits and the 4 heroes are too much. Loving the Beastcaller, the Thrillseeker, that's fantastic. Maybe we go to 3 of each here, and that could just free up a little bit. And we don't necessarily need the Velocipede, but it's pretty cool as an alternative before Halana. But maybe trimming one of these each to getting some more removal in the deck, I think is a pretty decent idea. Let me know what you think in the comments below. We were originally ramping with Llanowar Elves, you know? I wasn't using the hero, I wasn't using the recruit, I was just using the elves And it was pretty consistent, but eventually it was just like a dead card that I didn't really need because the Rocketeer generated so much. So I think it increases consistency, but the ceiling is definitely lowered when we use it. It's a fling deck. Let's burn together, baby. Can we afford to play it? I'd love your opinions. We did drop from the original version, the Draconautics Engineer. This is great with the exhaust, make that dragon, but we really wanted to focus in on those +1 counters with this build. If we did trim, some heroes, some recruits, and we didn't find the removal, and we just wanted more creatures, I do think that this is probably our pick. The Tumblewagg, +1 counters, if you want it, I'm sure that's fine. The Simulacrum, again, more +1 counters we're considering. Haste for the draw. I mean, this is just a good card. The Brawler really can distribute those +1 counters, so this is a fantastic card for us here. On the top end, if we wanted, giving us access to something a little bit more beefy, right? Inti, Card Advantage, can give +1 counters, supplies Trample. Really a good card that could definitely go here. And we were originally also playing with the Cauldron because it can reduce that exhaust ability, but then we did end up trimming some of the other exhausts, and it's like, well, we don't need it just for the Boommobile, so cut that out of there. And then we were using the Expert as well as that Engineer, as aforementioned. And I think the Rex could be an alternative to Tyvar Stand. Not only is this a threat as an 8/8 with Trample, crazy with Halana and Alena, it's a 10/10 with haste coming at you, and protection, right? So that's pretty decent too. And then Primal Might, I was also even using, you might have seen some gameplay with it here, as an additional fight spell, but I fell back onto Tyvar Stand because I was just so tired of having my creatures removed before I was ready. So that's what I've got. Thank you for watching. Have a magical day. I appreciate each and every one of you, and I will see you soon in the next.